Hey everybody, I'm First Warn 5 Meteorologist Warren Sears. Just wanted to give you a little update. We have actually a couple of severe storm chances here over the next few days. Definitely feeling like spring out there. So with the spring warmth and some moisture tomorrow, definitely comes the opportunity for a few thunderstorms. So we wanted to give you a couple chances or a couple views of the next few days. We have one this evening, a small opportunity for a few stronger to severe storms, and then tomorrow we have a heightened risk, a little bit closer attention on tomorrow for sure. So we'll take a deeper dive into that here. Today, I would say that opportunity for a few thunderstorms is going to be especially from state line and points to the east and across central Missouri. Low end severe storms possible, an isolated cell or two. This is not a widespread severe event this evening, but it is definitely something worth noting. Once we get into our Wednesday, there is a first warn on Wednesday for the evening chance. Also, again in the evening for a few thunderstorms. That severe risk is going to be a little bit more elevated, as I just mentioned. We're actually concerned about all storm types with that next round into tomorrow and through the evening. That's going to be a much more widespread event. The ingredients are a lot better for your Wednesday. So we'll take a deeper dive into that here. I'll show you the risks for severe weather for today. Marginal risk level 1 out of 5. That is going to be, again, for points mainly along I-35 and to the east, and then state line and east as well. That's a marginal level 1 out of 5, and you could see a low-end severe storm with some gusty winds and maybe even some small hail. Now, this risk tomorrow is a slight risk that's elevated level 2 out of 5, and that has just been actually spread throughout the entire area. It was upgraded a bit for a lot of our viewing area here. So that does include all of the metro up to the Iowa state line, and then it includes down into the Lakes region, pretty much Butler, Henry counties as well, and Bates County down into Lacine and Lynn County down in that direction. So Wednesday evening, we definitely need to keep an eye to the sky and be a little bit more aware of our surroundings for sure. So both of these risks are, again, going to be later in the day. So we're quiet for now. I give it a couple more hours here. It's just after 3 o'clock. So I'd say that once we get closer to 6, 7 o'clock this evening, if we get a couple of thunderstorms to initiate, again, it's mainly going to be state line and points to the east. And you can see it's pretty minimal coverage here with this evening, but from about 7 to 10 p.m., we'll see if those cells can grow a little bit and maybe give you, again, a couple of stronger areas that we'll be watching. But this is not a widespread event, and I think a lot of us, honestly, are going to stay dry with the Tuesday evening setup. Once we get closer to midnight, that is mostly to the east. We'll have a lot of our day on Wednesday dry. A warm front starts to lift up from the south, though, into your Wednesday evening. Again, likely after 6, 7 o'clock. This will start very isolated. Now, a little bit of I would say, I don't know about concern, but a little bit of an inhibitor here might be losing daylight and some of the warmth out there. So this will be a pretty small window as well, but likely after 6 to 7 o'clock, an isolated storm or two could get going along a warm front with a surge of moisture back behind it. And then we'll see a lot of our high resolution models want to blow it up a little bit and create many more storms on that warm front. And you can see some of these might pack a punch. They would likely be more ordinary cells first and then could grow to a severe type of storm fairly quick with the conditions that we have. After 9, 10 o'clock, that chance of stronger storms is going to transition more north of I-70 and likely form into more of a line. This still could pack quite a punch as we get closer to midnight. So I know, obviously, as we get more into the overnight, that is something that you really need to be mindful of. This is just a great reminder to have a couple ways to receive those weather warnings. If you can, definitely want you to have a NOAA weather radio. Those are fantastic to have around the house. Also, our First Warn 5 weather app, super solid also. It'll let you know in your specific area if you have any watches, warnings issued, anything like that, if there's lightning detected close to your area. So those are some great resources to have. I know we haven't really talked a whole lot about severe weather yet this season, but it is now, and it is happening. So make sure you have a couple different options there for weather warning. So once we get into Wednesday at about 11 midnight, I would say after that, the line of storms will continue to push a little more to the north and across northern Missouri near the Iowa state line. And then it's more of a bam-bam situation. Then into our Thursday day, a front swings through. So all in all, a couple different chances that we're watching. As I mentioned earlier, with Wednesday's risk, we actually have all storm hazards on the table here. Concerned about some gusty winds, could have some gusts over 58 miles per hour. That would satisfy the criteria for a severe thunderstorm. Quarter size hail or greater is a little bit more of something that I'm a little more concerned about now as we get a bit closer to this. Could have some pretty large hailstones drop out of a few of these storms, so up to ping pong ball, maybe even larger. So I think right now hail is kind of my biggest hazard with these, but also when we have the setup like we do right now, close to the area of low pressure and right along a warm front, those are two good ingredients to actually get some rotating thunderstorms as well. And then when you kick in the moisture like this from the south, strong surge of moisture, what we call a low-level jet, all those ingredients can actually drop a tornado or two. So, don't want to alarm you here. It's not likely a widespread outbreak of tornadoes, but there are conditions that are fairly favorable to at least have some rotation in the mid-levels. Especially in some of these parent thunderstorms. So that's something we need to watch out for here with this setup. Again, it's a pretty small window, likely I would say between about 6 to 11 p.m. And then as you get closer to midnight and beyond, that tornado chance is going to drop off. So all in all, this is kind of what we're watching for. One chance this evening. I'll show you one more time here, the Storm Prediction Center outlooks. One more chance this evening, a marginal risk for severe weather. Level 1 out of 5, mainly east of Kansas City. And that window is going to be here probably over the next few hours. And then once we get into tomorrow evening, that severe risk is a level 2 out of 5, a slight risk for severe weather. And that is going to be pretty much for everybody watching this right now in eastern Kansas, across western and central Missouri, and in northern Missouri as well. And all storm hazards possible with this one. We're going to continue to update you here. This slight risk was just added today, this morning. Greg Bennett let you know that this was here. So we'll continue to keep you updated in through this evening. I'm going to be on air here in about 20 minutes at 3:30 and 4, and then Luke will be on at 5, 6, and 10. So any updates that we get, this obviously will shift and evolve, and we still have to get through tonight's event first before this one tomorrow. But all in all, we just want to make sure that you're aware. We have that first warn in place for tomorrow, just because of the opportunity for some stronger thunderstorms to impact some of our viewing area. All right, guys, thanks for